2025 will be your year. It will be the year that you're gonna finally rebrand your entire life, that you're gonna finally shift your entire reality. No, this is not another motivational video. This is not me telling you guys a bunch of crap. What I'm about to tell you guys in this video is how you can actually get from point A to point B, from where you are to where you want to be. Because what is this gap that you can't seem to be able to jump, right? To close this gap. How can you actually close this gap from where you are to your dream reality? This gap here is your self-concept. It is your identity. It is your subconscious beliefs. And I can tell you guys that by changing my self-concept, by changing my programming, I was able to shift my entire reality multiple times. If you're new to this channel, hi, my name is B. Yuri. Make sure you subscribe here for more videos about mindset, reprogramming your subconscious mind, and anything that will actually get you closer reaching your dream reality. So what I'm about to show you guys, you've probably seen before the Robert Dilts, am I saying this right? The Pyramid of Change, where he talks about how we can actually make changes in life. I tweaked this a little bit from what I think that actually works. So most of you guys, end of the year, beginning of the year, you start to make your New Year's resolution. So for 2025, you want to get in shape, you want to eat healthier, you want to have more money in your bank account, you want to have better relationships. So you set all your goals, your dreams for the year to come. And then end of the year, it's like all the years goes by and nothing really changes, right? Whatever you set in the beginning of 2024 and now you look at your list, you made a little bit of progress, but not the progress that you were aiming for. Why is that? Every beginning of the year, all the gyms, they are packed with people because they are so inspired, motivated that this is finally going to be the year that I'm going to get in shape. But why is that? That when we make a decision that, okay, now I am going to, enroll in the gym, I'm going to start this workout program and I'm going to start this diet. So you're starting with the action, with the habits, right? That's what you're changing. You're trying to change. You're trying to change from the end of this pyramid. And that's why your change is not being effective, because you're changing, you're taking action from your old identity. Have you ever stopped to wonder what is that force that keeps pulling you back every time you make a decision that you're going to make more money? What is that force that keeps breaking your car, making your dog sick, showing up with more expenses as soon as you make more money so you can get back to your financial set point? What is that force? That force is called the subconscious mind. So instead of focusing on your habits, on actions, in 2025, you're gonna first focus on your subconscious programming, which your subconscious programming dictates your self-concept. So a lot of people go straight to the self-concept, but beneath the self-concept, there is your subconscious programming. And without altering that, you're most likely not going to succeed. You're going to struggle into really shifting your reality really fast. So in this pyramid of change, you're going to change first your programs, because then you're going to start operating out of a new identity. And from that new identity, your actions are going to get aligned with this new self, with this new human being, with this new persona. The first step before reprogramming your subconscious mind, I would say, it is to recognize who you are. Who are you? If I ask you, who are you? Most of you guys are going to tell me your name. If you were to meet today, right? And I ask, oh, who are you? You're going to say, oh, my name is Samantha, John. What else? Who are you? I am 30 years old, 40 years old. So all of us identify ourselves with our name, with our age, with our profession, with our past, right? With our life story. But who are you outside of all of that? You are pure consciousness. So I need you guys to understand this and recognize that you are pure consciousness, because once you understand that you're pure conscious, what is consciousness? Awareness. Once you understand that you're pure consciousness, that you are awareness, then you stop identifying yourself with the program. And you start to understand that you are the programmer. You are the one creating the programs. You're the one in control. So you can actually change the programs. That's the step one before reprogramming the subconscious mind. And so the second step is reprogramming your subconscious mind. On the book, what is it? Evolve Your Brain from Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about your old self and your new self, how to make this shift, this change from the old self to the new self, right? And he talks about the river of change. And the river of change is the process in between of shifting identities. Because once you identify your old self, right, before reprogramming your subconscious mind, you need to understand about your old self. I'm saying old self because I am assuming that that's no longer you. Okay, I'm killing that old identity because that cannot come with you to 2025. Mind you, you can start this process right now. You don't need to wait till 2025. I'm not sure when this video is going to reach you, but I hope it's before 2025. You don't need to wait till 2025 to start this process. In fact, you can, end of the year is really powerful because collectively we are all in this renewal energy. We are all in this uplifting energy of hope, of happiness, of more love, but you don't need to wait. Okay, you can change your life at any given time, any given moment. So in this book, Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about this river of change, which is a zone of transition. And so the first step before you cross this river, you need to be very aware of who you are. What are your predominant thoughts, your emotions, your habits that you are repeating on autopilot every single day? You have to have massive clarity of who you are, your persona right now. And you need to have total clarity about the new persona, the new identity that you're trying to shift to. How does that persona, how does that new identity thinks, feels, and act? And you're gonna have massive clarity about that, about different topics of your life, about in regards to money, in regards to relationships, in regards to your health. And you're gonna have massive clarity about both avatars. Why? Because the old avatar is a very strong avatar and it does not want to die out. So it's going to do everything it can to not let this new avatar, this new persona, this new self-concept, this new identity come to life. And so you need to know very well this old avatar, because how do you win a battle when you know very well your enemy, right? So you need to know very well your enemy, and you need to know very well yourself, so you know the weapons that you're fighting against. When you step in this river of change, you decide that you're no longer going to think negative thoughts. You're no longer going to entertain those negative thoughts, feelings. You're not going to be triggered. I mean, you're going to get triggered, but you're not going to react anymore. You're going to start responding in a different way. That old self, as soon as you make the decision to change, it will scream out loud because it will crave. Dr. Joe Dispenza, he explains this very well, that your body is so conditioned to familiar emotions, and those emotions creates a chemistry in your body. And so your body will crave that negative feeling of yours. When I was trying to change my financial set point, for example, I would catch myself throughout the day when I wouldn't have money to pay for something, or when something would break down, I would catch myself literally already sinking in the mood, in the car especially. I was like, fuck, and I would catch myself already letting me think this is never going to change, this is too hard, this doesn't work, and whatever. And I started to catch myself and not let me reinforce that reality. And so you need to be aware that your body will crave, it will literally do everything it can to keep you stuck in the old identity, because your body wants to preserve energy, and to change requires energy. When you're swimming across a river that has a strong current, you're gonna need a lot of energy to survive, right? So your body doesn't want you to do that. It doesn't want, because it doesn't even know if you're gonna make it alive to the other side of the river. So it's like, you're going to stay right here because here is safe. So it's going to do everything it can. When you make a decision that you want to finally make your relationship better, then you're gonna recall things from 20, 30 years ago. Like, why am I gonna act this way if this happened? Why am I gonna treat men this way if men doesn't want anything serious, women don't want anything serious? So you need to be very aware of your inner dialogues. Be very aware that your body will crave, will do anything it can to keep you stuck to the old patterns. And you're gonna need massive awareness about your triggers. What are the things in your current reality that you didn't wish to have in your reality right now, but every time that it shows up in your reality, you freak the fuck out? For example, when the bill comes in the mail and you don't have the money to pay, and you already have so much anxiety, and you already start thinking negative thoughts that how I'm gonna pay, this is never gonna change, money is really hard to make, and you go on and on and on and on. So what I want you to do is identify your triggers, and once the triggers appear in your reality, because they will, because you still didn't shift your reality, because what you're experiencing right now is a projection of your past. But if in your past you're not conscious of your programs, then your programs that they are running the entire show, and your programs are still the old programs, right? So everything they're experiencing now is a projection of your past programs. Now you're shifting your program, and therefore your future is going to be different, as long as you don't keep reinforcing your current reality with freaking the fuck out. Okay, so you're gonna have your trigger because your reality still didn't change, but instead of reinforcing that, you're going to redirect. You're not gonna give a energetic response to that trigger anymore. Granted, you're gonna feel the emotion first, like desperate, the heart is going to race. That's normal. I'm not telling you guys to suppress any emotion, because we know that whenever you suppress, repress, that's 10 times worse. You're gonna feel it, but instead of like, playing a sad song in your car and already like going out for a drink so you can really sink down into depression. No, you're gonna be smarter, and you're gonna be the boss of your body, be the boss of your mind once for all, and you're gonna redirect. I really like to use EFT tapping and PNL tools alongside with nervous system regulation and emotional intelligence to really redirect and reframe this trigger, to give a new energetic response to this trigger. Because what I need you to understand is, how do we reprogram our subconscious mind? Number one, repetition. Number two, strong emotion. So if for 30 plus years you've been broke, that program of being broke has been reinforced over and over and over in your subconscious mind. Do you really think that just doing affirmations, just listening to subliminals at night will change your entire reality, when throughout your days the triggers will show up and you're gonna give an emotional response to that trigger? Do you really think you're being effective there? Understand this. Another teaching from Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about the memories, the episodic memories and the semantic memories. The episodic memories are memories that were created from specific events that caused an intense emotional response. For example, if you ever went bankruptcy, that was a memory that has a lot of emotions attached to it, and therefore that created a strong belief into you that you are a failure, that money doesn't stick, that money is hard to get, right? But there are also semantic memories, which are memories that were developed, that were reinforced through beliefs from other people's beliefs. For example, let's say your parents always said that money doesn't grow on trees, that money, you have to work hard for money. So you didn't actually experience that, but that got reinforced into you by most likely repetition. So when it comes to episodic memories, you need to reframe that. You need to go back to that strong emotion in regards to that subject that you're trying to change in your life, and you need to reframe it. If it's in relationship, most likely your relationship with your parents, the wounds that you carried from a childhood standpoint, are creating the shit show in your life. So you need to reframe that. You need to reframe your bankruptcy, whatever it is. And you also need to reprogram that memories that are the beliefs that were passed on to you. So it's reframe and reprogram. Once you combine both of those things, you can then create a new belief in your subconscious mind. That's how you are extremely efficient in reprogramming your mind. But it requires massive awareness of who you are being, because the old programming is still predominant and it's still running the show. But you need to be strategic on how you're going to kill that off and how you're going to seal your new identity. So I want you, for 2025, start to think about, what are the stories that can no longer go with you in 2025? What are the things that you say after the word I am that can no longer come with you to the next level? Write it down. What are the assumptions of life that can no longer come with you in 2025? What are the inner dialogues of yours that can no longer come with you in 2025? What are the people that can no longer come with you in 2025? When I say people, I saw the other day a metaphor. Someone, I don't know the person who was saying this, but they were talking about this metaphor of the van. So imagine you are the driver of the van. Whoever is sitting right next to you will have a full conversation with you, right? Will have your full attention. So you need to be very mindful who you spend the most time with. It doesn't mean that you need to cut out everybody from your life, but doesn't mean that anybody can be by your side on that first row. Some people need to be on the last row, last contact with you. Mind you, when you are in this process of shifting realities, most of the times, friends and relationships are going to not come with you to this new reality of yours, because most people don't want to level up, and that's okay. And you need to be okay with quality over quantity, because if you have a lot of friends, I can almost assure that you're not really solid in your identity. You're not engaging. Like, when you're solid in your identity, you're not engaging on any type of conversation. You're more mindful about your energy. You're more mindful of the things that you say yes to. You know how to set your boundaries. You know your value. You know how to prioritize what's more important for you. Is it to go to the bar every single weekend and get wasted? Or is it to work on your dreams or have meaningful conversations? So certain things don't align with your new reality anymore. And for some people, it's painful, that death of identity, because you have to let go of something that you have been used to for so long. So it is normal sometimes to feel a little bit sad, because you're saying bye-bye to that old persona, to that old avatar that you've been living, playing that video game for so long as that broken self. That sometimes you have emotional attachment to that, even though that's not the best persona, right? For 2025, you're gonna have massive awareness about that. What are the environments that you can no longer frequent as much because it no longer aligns with that life scenario that you want to be living? What are the habits, right? When people are trying to break the addiction, Tony Robbins, he explains this so well. If you're a smoker, right, and you're trying to stop it, if someone offers you a cigarette, someone who didn't shift the identity, they're going to say, no, I'm trying to stop. No, I quit like a month ago. They still identify themselves as a smoker. That's not very effective. That's why a lot of people relapse. But once you shift from an identity level, no, I am not a smoker, I'm not a drinker, then everything changes. Because on an identity level, you are not it. So be very clear about what you have to leave behind in 2024. And I want you to embody her, embody him in 2025. Literally embody the energy of that person. How would that person act if this situation were to happen? How would that version, the avatar who already has the money, would react with a bill coming in? That's what you have to think of. Because once you start showing up as her, as him, the reality will automatically shift. Why? Because the universal laws are responding to who you are being, not about what you're doing or what you want, but who you are being. So you need to be her, you need to be him in order to make this shift. And your reality will follow. Is that simple? Yes, but you need to understand this process of change and not let the old programming, that craving, that chemistry pull you back, because that will happen. Your body will crave so much that it will keep you pulling back without you even knowing. And then next thing you know, you did not make any change in your life. So I hope, guys, this video was helpful, and I want you to leave down in the comments the description of who you are in 2025. Not who you will be, who you are. I'm assuming that you're already shedding that old identity right now. What is no longer coming with you in 2025? Comment below to solidify this. And I promise you guys, at the end of the year, save this video, you're gonna come back here and you're gonna say, wow, I did it. I did it. I embody that avatar. And because I embody her, I embody him, my reality followed. And if you're done of trial and error and you want to have access to the same exact formula that I have used to reprogram my subconscious mind, and the same exact formula and tools that my clients are using and having massive results in their lives, click on the link in the description. I'm going to leave here below to know more about my Roy Academy program.